Zimbabwe leading trending gossip TV. Remember guys to like, share, comment and follow, and turn on the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our new uploads that we do upload here. You are listening, you are watching to XIMEX TV hub for the communities. And so we keep on following Jaison Muvevi, what really happened in weather. And so one of the father's victim actually spoke with Herald regarding to the whole situation. He said that I never expected that my former classmate would be the one to bring me so much pain and agony. We were never friends, but neither we were enemies. Why would he kill my son? Cried the father in pain after weather killer ex-cop caused so much local pain in the area where he grew up. Mr. Edmore Musenge's son, Munashe Mujani, was gunned down by Jaison Muvevi, the former CID officer who went on a shooting rampage in Wedza last week, also killing Crispin Kanerusine, a leader of the Johanne Masowe Yechishanu Apostolic Sect, as well as officer in charge of Wedza Police Station, Maxwell Hove. The niece of Mazbaba Kanerusime Netai Tiriboy was another classmate of the killer, and Mr. Musenge stressing the closeness of the community that was hit by one of its own with a gun. The killer was no stranger to Negombo area. He grew up there, went to church with many in the area, even in school with some of the people who were affected by his actions. Edward Musenge and Muvevi were in the same class for 4 years of secondary school at St. Matthias Ruskwa. Although they were not friends, they were never enemies and they never once exchanged bad words. Jason and I grew up together in this village. We were in the same class from the time we started Form 1 until we finished our ordinary level examinations. In 1999, he had his own circle of friends and I had mine, so we never really played together, but we were civil with each other and we never had bad blood. He was actually a quiet guy who never fought with anyone. I'm actually surprised that he would do such a thing and to my child, said Musenge. After writing their O-level examinations, Jason and Edmore went separate ways and pursued different paths in life. Their paths never closed once between 1999 and the day Munashe and the others were killed. 20 years after school, the two men had a chance meeting at Mukamba Business Center. In 2019, when we met, I had actually forgotten him, but he recognized me and he called out to me. I remember telling him I could not place his face, and he reminded me that he was Jaison Muvevi, a former classmate. We spoke for some time and he even brought me some beers while we were catching up. That was the last time I saw him or spoke to him, Musenge added. On the day Musenge lost his son, he heard about the shooting, but not once did he imagine that his son was the victim. When the news finally got to him that Munashe had been killed, it was made worse by the knowledge that someone from their village had been responsible. Eyewitnesses said Muvevi arrived at the business center and called out to Munashe, who was sitting with others on the veranda of one of the shops. After speaking for a few minutes, people were shocked to hear a gunshot and then see Munashe falling. No one knows what was discussed between the two, but there were no raised voices or any sign of a fight. They are not even sure if Munashe knew Muvevi. All they can do is speculate. Even his father might never know why his son was killed. I'm in pain right now, especially knowing that a person I once called a classmate could take my child's life. If I were to meet him today, I don't think our meeting would end well. It's unfortunate that a person I grew up with, such a quiet person who never fought with anyone, can think of such a heinous thing, he said in tears. But it was not only Musenge and his family who lost his loved ones to Muvevi's actions. Mazbaba Siraj Kanerusine had relatives who knew his killer. His niece Netai Tiriboy was also in the same class with the killer. She was at the shrine when Muvevi shot her uncle, and she only got to know later that the man who had produced the gun at the shrine was once a classmate. When he arrived at the shrine, I did not immediately recognize him. After he had shot my uncle and people started saying his name, that is when it clicked that I knew him. We were in the same class at St. Matthias Ruskwa and we finished our O-levels in 1999. He was a cool person and I don't remember a time he was in trouble. After school, we went our separate ways. It is so painful that my father had to die at the hands of someone who was part of our village," she said. Young Muvevi had once been a part of the church that he later came back to for a killing. According to the community, as a child he would go with his mother to church every week. He had stopped when he reached his teenage years. Although he was no longer part of the church, Muvevi was still part of the community. We hear the man who has done such a heinous thing is a child from this village who went to school here. It pains us that a child from here can go out there and come back to do such a bad thing. We actually expected that our children would come back with good initiatives that help the area to develop, not to bring death and grief to us," said Mr. Stephen Mutombwa, a villager in Ruzane village. Another villager, Mr. Fanuel Mapindu, said the whole community was still waiting to hear why Muvevi had decided to bring so much pain and headache in a community where he grew up. Maybe now that he has been caught, the killer himself will provide answers to what was going on in his mind when he went back to the village of his origin and did the unthinkable. Only time will tell. Yes, so we're gonna be waiting for him, of course, for the investigations to conclude. Why did the man have to travel back home and do such a shocking, unbelievable thing that he did on Friday last week? So toward namatambudziko kunevesa varasikirwa, and wish a speedy recovery to the cop who is still fighting for his life in hospital. So guys, this is XIMEX TV hub for the communities. Remember to like, share, comment and follow. We'll be keeping you guys up to date with the latest here. Thank you for listening and watching. Bless up.